This is the home of the common Joe and the common Sally in the know, even more so than all those media talking heads. Mike was talking about the fact that Oklahoma and Texas need to up their game as far as their tailgating and pregame experience.
Badly.
I can tell you this. The only thing I know is I went to the Alabama-Texas game in Austin last year or the year before. I can't remember now when Coach Jones flew out here. And for Texas having the sorority houses, for everything being there, the tailgating was actually twice as good at Texas A&M than it was in Austin at Texas.
Yeah.
So
Go ahead. That's what I was saying in my video. I mean, you go to an OU tailgate party and then you go to Alabama or LSU or Georgia, Texas A&M. We are behind the 8-ball bad. I mean, very bad. Now it's starting to pick up a little bit, but if we're gonna be SEC ready, I mean, and it's like I stated in my video, when Alabama or Georgia or any SEC team for that matter comes to Norman, I want to see us give a damn good experience for the visitors in a damn good tailgate party, and we're just not there yet.
Yeah, that is. No, I agree 100%. Like me, if I'm an Alabama fan, right, and I'm traveling to Norman, or if I'm traveling to Austin, like you're gonna want that full experience. Like me, I loved A&M. That was the first big travel game I went to. I had fun with the fans, like the A&M fans, barbecuing. They invited me over to drink, give me beer, food. It was an awesome experience. Austin wasn't that bad. It's just like they were more worried about drinking in the bars than they were tailgating. Like, right? They were more worried about drinking than they were the game. And it was like, okay. I thought it'd be kind of the opposite.
When I was a truck driver, I used to haul stuff out of south of Baton Rouge, little town called Addis, Louisiana. And I had a buddy that lived outside of Baton Rouge and Denham Springs. So I was laid over for the weekend, and he said, "Hey, you want to go catch an LSU game?" I said, "Sure." Let me tell you something. And Jesse's seen my video. LSU to me is the cream of the crop tailgating experience you'll ever witness in your life there at Death Valley.
I've heard a lot of bad things about LSU, but I have never experienced anything bad in the times I've interacted with them. I went to the Independence Bowl when Alabama sucked, and they gave me and my friend 2 tickets to a tent party that you have to have tickets to get into, and I didn't think nothing about it. When we got in there, man, it was free booze, free food.
Jeez.
I mean, I was eating these bratwursts that were huge, man. And by the time I got the game, I didn't give a shit who won. I mean, if we won, we lost that game, I didn't give a shit, man. I want to get back to 10 because them guys hooked me up, man. And these were probably $50 tickets, man.
Oh, yeah.
I kind of felt the same way at the A&M game because by the time I got to the game, it was a night game, right? Like, and we lost people, and the fans, y'all surrounded by A&M fans. They were looking at me, expecting me to go crazy, and I'm just congratulating them. They couldn't believe it. I'm like, I'll be honest with you, guys done got me screwed up. They gave me all the booze I wanted, like everything else. Like, damn right, I'll be back here.
Yeah, I've been to an A&M tailgate. It was in 2000 when we had that national championship run.
Yeah.
And outside of Kyle Field, but that tailgate, god dang, man, them people down there party.
Yeah. Kyle Field definitely does it. And I heard Johnny Manziel was like, I heard that the years he was there, it really contributed to building up like a lot of. I know College Station isn't big, but the tailgating, the facilities they built up there was a lot due to him. Like obviously the money he brought in, the years he won the Heisman and all that stuff. So
yeah. But
a lot of people's been giving Brian Kelly and Dabo Swinney hell about some of the stuff they've been saying about NIL and transfer portal stuff. But me and you were talking about this off the air, Jonathan, about how Dabo might end up looking like a genius or looking like somebody that actually had a set and decided to stand up to the transfer NIL portal crap, because if they go to collective bargaining, then everything's going to be, everything's going to be even, right?
yeah. Yeah, it will. Yeah, if they do a CBA, you're talking about an even platform.
So Dabo would look like somebody that's like, hey, this dude had the balls to stand up to that BS, the Wild Wild West crap that's going on. Yeah. And here they come once again, riding on in. It's the outlaw posse now in effect. In today's 4 horsemen shout-outs go to Big Cojones Kelly, Rail, Texas Torpedo, and Daryl Madden are saddled up and ready to go, and they're going to help us with today's college football invasion. And if you want your badge and you want to get deputized and get your random 4 horsemen shout out like those guys just did, as well as possibly be the comment of the day, all you got to do is hit that little join button next to the subscribe button. Not for $2.99 a month, that's just 75 cents a week. That's just a half a bottle of water for the outlaw.
Did you see the article released today? And there's some shit going around now talking about if Billy Napier doesn't have a good year at Florida, that there's a possibility that Deion would be offered.
I saw that. I got it up here, man. It's funny you said that, man. You found that shit, man. Hell with it.
When I saw that,
I don't even need to bring the link up, man. Let me see if I can find it real quick.
When I saw that, I knew you were going to go crazy if you saw it, man.
Man, what?
Didn't go to a bowl game.
Dude, I'm over here tripping over my tongue. You're gonna make me sprain my damn tongue over here, man.
Yeah, well, your wife should be making you do that, but
she does. I'm a very oral person.
Oh man, Fred Bagley says, "Damn right."
Don't say it. Don't you do it.
I'm not.
Of that article you was talking about. It's basically saying Sanders loves Texas and the Southeast.
Yep.
He cut his teeth at Florida State as a superstar, and for the Falcons and the Braves, he lifted his teams as a player and now as a coach. I'm just pulling the real. How did he lift his team, man? It seems to me like Colorado's in a meltdown right now. Do they not see the same shit we see?
They didn't win only one game, but I mean the expectations that the media put on them, they didn't even come close to that. I think we all know
everybody
that.
thought they would at least go to a bowl game, and they didn't even get close to that. They were 2 games off the bowl pace.
Yeah, Deion's got a lot to prove, and supposedly this dude's talking about top 5 quarterback, top 5 player in the draft. So it's like if you got that in the Pac-12 with Travis Hunter, with these other guys at the time, Cormani McClain, the number 1 corner in the nation, by the way. Before he transferred back to Florida, like you didn't do much of anything.
Anthony
in my opinion,
was basically talking about the last tailgate he can remember going to was Miami versus Florida State.
Oh.
Now that's an ACC country or Florida. How is the tailgating down there, Anthony? Is the tailgating really good in Miami and Florida State? Because we was talking about that earlier with Sooner Legends podcast here. He claims that Texas and Oklahoma have a lot of catching up to do. What is it about Oklahoma and Texas tailgating that you noticed that's not the same as the SEC?
I've never been. In my defense, I've never been to a Texas tailgate other than the one year I went to the Cotton Bowl, and I don't classify that as a tailgate because that's on the supposedly quote unquote neutral field. So I don't specifically know how Texas tailgates, but I just know at Oklahoma, it ain't there.
So what's the biggest thing you noticed, the difference between Oklahoma tailgates and, say, LSU?
Oh, good gosh. LSU, not only do you have food booths set up, you can drink and beer running out the ears, but they have some live bands.
Now,
and
Go ahead. Sorry.
Go ahead, John.
No. The only thing I was going to say is something to take into consideration, though, is money. The SEC media, the SEC actually funds a lot of those booths that set up. So when I went to the Alabama Texas game, Alabama had its own section set up where the SEC put together their own stuff, right, for the Alabama fans. I didn't see that for the Big 12. I didn't see other than Big Noon Kickoff, right? But I mean, that's not specifically for just the Big 12. I mean, it is, but it's like I don't think it funds every single team like the SEC does. And I think that's going to be the big thing. And I think it's going to be the big change you may see this year, to be honest with you. You may see the SEC funding Oklahoma and Texas now and livening those things up.
And I didn't take that into consideration either, Jonathan, because like I said, I'm still getting my head wrapped around going into the SEC. I didn't know that SEC funded a lot of that stuff.
Yes.
Well, even with the funding, LSU takes it and adds to it. I would say that LSU is an anomaly among anomalies because Alabama's tailgates are nothing compared to LSU.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest with you, we're in the SEC. LSU, I mean, them people, they want to have a good time, man.
And a couple of years ago, I have a buddy from Knoxville, Tennessee. He's my fishing partner. And we went and caught a game at Norman. It was 2 years ago. And he said, man, y'all's tailgating, no offense, but it sucks. You need to come to Rocky Top. I said, I know, dude.
You should say, hey, man, we have to put up with mid-card teams like Baylor and Kansas State coming to play.
Yeah, that is
it's
true.
It's not our fault that the Big 12 sucks, and we've had to carry y'all.
Like,
I got to find somewhere to smack talk.
Yeah.
But before we move on, can I ask you guys and gals out there to please smash that like button? Let's get more people in the party. It's Saturday Night Live. It's like late night, staying up back in the high school days when what was that show called? Used to come on the
high school days. Show. What was that? That was post World War II era for you, right?
No, that's Saturday Night Live, man, with Jesse.
Saturday Night Live.
They used to have this wrestling show. It was called Saturday Night something. You remember that? I feel old
because I do. Yeah.
And also, I remember Saturday Night Live before it was liberal as hell. I used to like hearing that. It's Saturday Night Live.
I remember the very first episode of Saturday Night Live, as a matter of fact.
I don't remember that, but you got me a little bit on that one.
it was around 75, 76, I think. But I remember it like it was, because that's where all your big stars come from, Chevy Chase, Gilda Radner.
Yeah, I was about 4 years old. I was 4 years old. I was just now learning how to set the yard on fire.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me at all.
Well, I had this thing when I was a kid. I was like a little arsonist, man. I like to see shit burn for some reason.
Nothing's changed. Nothing has changed.
I'm not setting anything on fire, man.
No, it's just on YouTube you are. That's just the difference. That's
this man here always put me on the grill, man. Y'all wonder why my blood pressure stays up? It's because of Jonathan.
I don't do anything to you. I'm innocent.
Actually, I was a bit of an asshole in his podcast last time. I apologize to everybody that's seen me lose my shit on there.
Yeah, you for once I actually saw you lose it. Like you lost control. Surprised me.
What I've always told you, anybody can be got.
Yeah, you're right.
People say my skin's too thick. Oh, really? Let me try that out real quick.
Yeah.
Let me try that thickness out.
But it took me a long time to do
sharp stick right here and poke that shit and see if it's thick.
See here, Scott Schrader says WCW Saturday night back in the day. Yeah, I used to watch.
Go ahead, John.
I was going to say now.
Go ahead.
No, all I was gonna say is I'll be honest with you. The youngest I can remember was staying up late with my grandma watching like the Andy Griffith show. What was it, The Nanny? I forgot shows like that, bro, in the 80s. That was late 80s.
That's all I get in Anniston.
Yeah,
I don't know what it was called in Alabama, but our wrestling was Mid-South wrestling, and they had
We used to have wrestling would come on at like 2 a.m. It'd be like Continental Wrestling with Gordon Soley and Bullet Bob Armstrong and shit. We'd stay up 2 o'clock in the morning and watch that shit.
My mom, she was the biggest Wahoo McDaniel fan in the world. Wahoo McDaniel and Cowboy Bill Watts. It's her two favorite wrestlers.
Manzano says, Outlaw, the tailgate I went to, the only one I went to was crazy, and we had booths like Jonathan was talking about. Every other booth was either tequila or Rams sponsored, and there was dunk tanks filled with either tequila.
Yes. I'm telling you.
Damn. Y'all making me jealous, man.
It was wild.
I'm going to enter a transfer portal and go to LSU.
And that's where I haven't been. That's going to be my goal this year. I'm going to an LSU night game. I may want to go.
Sure you wear purple and gold. You may not.
I am. Trust me. Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, I'm going. I'm going to the LSU game this year, and I am dressing neutral. There's nothing.
Just wear a red shirt. Nothing on it.
I ain't even going to wear red.